Get in the game with the college-branded Venmo debit card. Wreck your team with every tap and earn up to 5% cash back with Venmo Stash, a new rewards program from Venmo. No monthly fee, no minimum balance, just school pride and spending power. Get in the game and sign up for the Venmo debit card at venmo.com/collegecard. The Venmo MasterCard is issued by the Bancorp Bank N.A. Select schools available. Venmo Stash terms and exclusions apply at venmo.me/stash terms. Max $100 cash back per month.
Sierra has all the best active and outdoor brands you need. From athletic stuff, like a full court pickup game, swish, to athletic-ish stuff, like a half-mile stroll. Get those steps in. And for morning hikes up the mountain trail, good pace. To nighttime ghost stories from the camping chair. What a twist. Whatever level of active, Sierra loves it all. Head to Sierra or Sierra.com for the brands you want at the prices that let you do it all. From athletic to athletic-ish, Sierra's got it.
This is Optimal Health Daily. Heal Your Gut with the 4 R's, Part 2 by Melani Schweder of abrighterwild.com. And I'm your narrator, Dr. Neil. Hey there, happy Thursday and welcome back to Optimal Health Daily, where I simply read to you from the best health and fitness blogs for free. I cover fitness, nutrition, stress management, weight management, and lots more. This is kind of like an audiobook, but with articles from a bunch of different authors, and always with permission from the sites, and always with a bit of my commentary at the end. Now, today's post is part 2 from yesterday, so if you're new here or are skipping around, I'd recommend listening to yesterday's episode first. But if you're all caught up, let's jump right in and hear part 2 and continue optimizing your life. Heal Your Gut with the 4 R's, Part 2 by Melani Schweder of abrighterwild.com. Let's walk through your plan to dramatically improve your state of well-being using the power of your gut. 1. Remove. Yep, let's just get rid of the hard stuff over and done with right off the bat. First, we may need to limit some foods that stress the environment of your GI tract, like pro-inflammatory foods and chemical irritants. If you aren't sure what you react negatively to, this is a great place to start. Or you may back up a step and do a thorough elimination diet, although this is not absolutely necessary when following the 4 R's. The removal phase generally eliminates common allergens like wheat, or for those with autoimmune disease, possibly all grains, dairy, eggs, peanuts, corn, and soy for several weeks, along with abstaining from alcohol and caffeine. Also during this time, artificial sweeteners, dyes, and additives should be avoided. This allows your immune system to chill out and bad bacteria to die off. I know it doesn't necessarily sound like much fun, but if you commit to doing the removal phase 100%, you probably won't have to do it again. This is a huge step in identifying your food triggers and reducing inflammation throughout your whole system. You can also incorporate a natural or herbal antifungal and antibacterial during this phase if you have serious GI symptoms. 2. Replace. You've cleaned up your diet, eliminated lots of digestive trigger foods, and flushed out the overload of bad bacteria and yeast. So, now it's time to replace some of the good things back into your body and regain a sense of balance in your system. You may need to add in digestive enzymes if you have trouble digesting fats or your lab work has shown unusual organ functioning in your pancreas or liver. If you struggled with acid reflux or similar issues, this is where you really need to step up your game. Now is the time to flood your system with the building blocks it needs for healthy digestion and absorption. I'd also advise not to push it with new foods or challenging foods to digest during this phase. Remember, this phase is only temporary. You're not giving up those enchiladas forever. But you want to find some balance and strength before introducing those foods again. Nourish yourselves with extra easy foods right now and add in some extras like bone broth, avocados, red beets, and consider supplements like antioxidants. 3. Repair. Now that you've got a handle on your inflammation, it's time to heal and repair the gut lining. Nutrition is a key component here, as your body is crying out for lots of nourishment. So, think about loading up on leafy greens, healthy fats, organic proteins, and lots of fresh produce. Drink extra water and refrain from any foods that irritate you, which you learned in the first step. And cut down on your sugar intake. This may also be a great time to add in some of those extra nutrients like omega-3s and turmeric, which will help regenerate healthy tissue and replenish any damage that's been done from years of an unhealthy diet, or heavy medication use. Take extra good care of yourself during this phase, because now is when you're laying the groundwork for your future healthy gut. In addition to good nutrition, make sure you get plenty of sleep and manage your stress. Now is not the time to do a late night Netflix binge or tackle a strenuous new project. You can even send your gut extra love through focused meditation if you'd like. 4. Restore. This phase, also called the reinoculation phase, is when you reintroduce good bacteria to your gut environment and try to populate your GI tract with as much of the beneficial stuff as possible. You've eliminated problem foods and spent time repairing the cells and lining of your intestines, so now it's time to bring in the big guns. This includes the addition of a high-quality probiotic with several different strains and preferably 30 billion CFU or higher. And you can consider other pre- and probiotic foods like kombucha, kimchi, yogurt, which could be dairy or non-dairy depending on your body, miso, and kefir. Also, if you were taking an herbal antibacterial or antifungal, stop before you get to this step, otherwise you risk killing off the good guys you're trying to grow. If you find that you can tolerate it, you can add in a bit more fiber and naturally occurring sugars during this phase, as this is what bacteria feed off of, but only a little. Go on a 3-day donut bender and you might risk undoing all of the hard work you've already accomplished. I'd recommend just a little fresh fruit or raw honey for sweetness and loading up your plate with more fibrous veggies like cabbage, asparagus, root vegetables, and Brussels sprouts. You just listened to part 2 of the post titled Heal Your Gut with the 4 R's by Melani Schweder of abrighterwild.com, and I'll be right back with my commentary. A thoughtfully built wardrobe comes down to pieces that mix well and last. That's where Quince shines. Premium fabrics, considered design, and everyday essentials that feel effortless to wear and dependable, even as the seasons change. Quince works directly with top factories. No middlemen, no brand markup. Their cashmere is 100% Mongolian, the same grade luxury brands use, and I'd highly recommend checking it out. Like their cashmere polo, it's incredibly soft and feels expensive, but is actually affordable. Stop overcomplicating your wardrobe. You need a few pieces that actually work. Right now, go to quince.com/OHD for free shipping and 365-day returns. That's a full year to build your wardrobe and love it. And you will. Now available in Canada too. Don't keep settling for clothes that don't last. Go to quince.com/OHD for free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/OHD. If you're a small business, the right hire can be make or break. Hoping the right people see your job posting isn't the best growth strategy. When the pressure's on and you need the right hire, this is a job for sponsored jobs. Join the 3.3 million employers worldwide that use Indeed to connect with quality talent that fits their needs. Spend less time searching and more time actually interviewing candidates who check all your boxes. Less stress, less time, more results. When you need the right person to cut through the chaos, this is a job for Indeed sponsored jobs. And listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit to help get your job the premium status it deserves at Indeed.com/podcast. Just go to Indeed.com/podcast right now and support our show by saying you heard about Indeed on this podcast. Indeed.com/podcast. Terms and conditions apply. Need to hire? This is a job for Indeed sponsored jobs. Dr. Neil here with my commentary. Now, I'm sure Melanie would agree with me when I say that if you want to try the 4R steps she discussed, it's a good idea to let your healthcare provider know. And in fact, she mentioned this in part 1 of the post yesterday. Your healthcare provider will help guide you through the process and make sure it goes as smoothly as possible. Now, Melanie also mentioned that when it comes time for the last R, the restore process, we need to be especially careful reintroducing foods here. This is very true when it comes to reintroducing food sources of dietary fiber. In fact, for most of us, if fruits, vegetables, and whole grains aren't really major components of our diets in the first place, and we try to then add too many of these foods too quickly, we're going to feel pretty miserable. So when it comes to foods that are high in dietary fiber, again, fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and beans, for example, it's best to add them back into our diets slowly, and making sure that we're drinking enough water while we're increasing our dietary fiber intake can help relieve any discomfort too. So take this slowly. Your body will thank you. All right, that'll do it for today. Thank you again so much for being here and listening every day. I hope you're having a fantastic week. And of course, I'll see you back here tomorrow for the Friday Q&A and where your optimal life awaits.